Tokyo, and tomorrow I'm going to do a Gyaru makeup look extravaganza transformation. I need to get some eyelashes, so I'm going to see where's still open and go shopping for the stuff I need.
There is something about beauty shopping in Asia, it's like nowhere else. I do actually have another video on everything I bought when I went to Thailand, if that's of interest. I'm sure you can find it somewhere on my channel.
They were quite expensive, but I did get some eyelashes. Aren't these adorable? And I also have some singles like I'm wearing today. So let's hope tomorrow goes well.
Alright, let's get into this makeup transformation. So Gyaru makeup obviously makes use of the eye bags, which for me is perfect because I naturally have these massive bags under my eyes and I hate them so much. So I'm so glad somewhere in the world, at least in this very niche subculture, the bags under my eyes are actually going to be helpful for something. They're actually desirable, I guess. So yeah, definitely more than happy to make use of my natural bags under my eyes. But for the eye makeup, I literally kind of just did a very simple smoky eye, added some glitter. I did like a mix of like eyeshadows and liners and my brow pencil, all of these different kind of shadows and stuff to create the shape under my eye. I'm using the flower nose eyeliner here. I really like this one. The tip on it is very thin. It's like a very thin felt tip eyeliner, which I think is really good for more like precision eye looks. If you wear like big, thick Amy Winehouse eyeliner every day, it's probably not the eyeliner for that, but it is the perfect eyeliner for like dainty little flicks. So I will often use that eyeliner with like a thicker felt tip one, and then I use the other eyeliner, like the R.E.M. Beauty one maybe, to like fill in my wing, because if you fill in your wing with the flower nose one, the tip is just so fine, you're going to be there all day. So that's just my advice. But yeah, then I use two different cream blushes under my foundation. I use the P. Louise one, the cheek of it is the shade called Legally Pink, I think. It's something like that. And then I also use the Fenty cream blush as well. And what is this, like Crush on Cupid, I think the shade name is. So I do all of that before my foundation, just so I can get a really nice blend, basically. The foundation I'm using is obviously House Labs, it's my go-to, but I also recommend like the NARS one, the light reflecting foundation I think is really good. I think I've said this before, but I really like putting my foundation on with the House Labs concealer brush. I just feel like it's the perfect size to do foundation. It doesn't leave streaks, it, you know, just helps you kind of have control over where you put your foundation. I know they actually make a foundation brush, but looking at the size of it, I just feel like the concealer brush is actually more my speed. So once I've kind of blended my foundation everywhere, I'm just going back with the cream blush to make sure I've got like a really nice smooth blend between my foundation and my blush. I'm adding this glittery eyeliner to the bit under my eye, and then just tweaking my eyeliner. You could probably sit and make tweaks to eyeliner all day. It's one of those things that you get a bit obsessive over, a bit perfectionist maybe, but I love it, and I'm not afraid of having like massive eyeliner. I know some people get kind of frustrated and want little dainty, you know, natural looking eyeliner. Not me, it's okay. I don't mind if it goes a bit crazy. But yeah, once that's done, I'm like blending my eyeliner with an eyeshadow just to make it smoky, and I'm drawing on some bottom lashes with this eyeliner, but I am actually going to add some bottom lashes as well, don't you worry. Oh, I just thought that shot was very artistic with the mirror being in focus and all of that. But yeah, lots of blending, making everything nice and seamless. I'm then drawing my other natural eye bag. I actually have two sets of eye bags, but yeah, just using my brow pencil to really enhance that, because I think for some reason Gyaru makeup makes eye bags look so glam. Any other makeup look I've done, I've hated the bags under my eyes, but yeah, I actually enjoyed how they looked on this one. I got my lip liner, and then just, you know, lips are interesting in Gyaru makeup. I feel like nowadays some people do them with massive lips, some people don't really make a thing of their lips, and I feel like the massive lip people, that's kind of where we've had like a Western influence maybe on Gyaru, with like everyone having lip filler now. But yeah, I just did my kind of regular lip shape for this. Added the lashes like I said, and then guess who got black lash glued all down their top and had to change? This one. Yep, me.
Okay, oh, I'm in Shinjuku. It's a lovely day. I'm walking to get my hair done. I'm a bit nervous because I feel like no one's going to speak English and they might just be a bit like, why are you here? But I'm here because I love Gyaru fashion, I love the look, I love the culture, I love everything about it, and I want to try it for a day. And the most authentic way to do that, in my opinion, is actually go and get my hair done by the people who really, really do it, for the real Gyaru girls. So that's what we're doing. One is down that street there. Light is down that one where it says Belinda Clinic. It's down there. Okay. Very excited. We're communicating with Google Translate.
Oh my goodness, I was so in my element here. I was just fascinated by everything she was doing. Let me tell you, if you were trying to learn how to do Sujimori, it's not for the weak, okay? First of all, my hair was so tight on my head, it was insane. I didn't even film this part, but she actually did my parting in like a zigzag shape, which you'll see at the end of the video. I have included me taking all of this out of my hair as well, if that's of interest. But look, it looks like I have hardly any hair, right? Don't you worry, my hair is going to be massive. It's going to be so big, and she didn't even use extensions for any of this. All of this is my natural hair. I was stunned at how much like volume she was able to create with just my regular head of hair. So yeah, what she basically does, she does the parting, she does the zigzag, she does 2 ponytails if that's the style you want. She does those really, really, really tight. It's like, it's not a hairband, it's like actually a piece of elastic that she wraps round and round and round and round, and it feels like your hair is like a big corset on your head. That's how tight it is. And then she back combs bits, she curls bits, constantly hairspraying. Sujimori is actually, I think, translates to something like individual strands, as in individual strands of hair. So that's why kind of each curl is like separated and hairsprayed and kind of set in that way, rather than just having like big vintage looking ringlets. This is a really different way to curl your hair. So I was just fascinated by the technique. It was finished so quickly. I think I was there for maybe 30 minutes. She was so lovely, so polite, talking with me through Google Translate, even though she didn't speak any English and I didn't speak any Japanese. Just so lovely. And oh my gosh, if I ever go back to Tokyo, or when I go back to Tokyo, I'm absolutely coming back here again. I just had the best time and I loved it.
Okay, I love it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Arigato. I love it so much. Oh my god. Yeah, it's pretty. Okay, my hair is done. Isn't it beautiful? That came to 4,400 yen because I added these clips, which were 2,200 yen each. So I'm going to work out how much that is in my money. £23.50. So cheap. I mean, first of all, I can't believe she managed to get so much height out of my hair. I thought she would use extensions, but actually this is huge, even with just my natural hair, so I'm really happy about that. So happy, and she was so lovely. The only part she asked me not to film was just when she was doing the hair clips, and I feel like that was because she was trying to get it right, and we tried putting them in a couple of places and decided on here, so I feel like maybe she didn't want to be filmed like doing something bad, but she was so lovely. I'm so happy, so here's my Gyaru look. I'm next going to go to Harajuku after I finish looking around here a bit. I'm at the Godzilla building. It's crazy here. Next time I come to Tokyo, I'm definitely going to stay nearer Shinjuku, because at the minute I'm staying near Ginza. I'm about 10-15 minute walk to Ginza, and it's okay. but I feel like there's a lot more happening here. I'm just obsessed.
So here's what I got up to the rest of my day as a Gyaru. After I was done in Shinjuku, I got some gyoza, topped up my little Hello Kitty lip gloss. I thought this was quite funny. Just, yeah, extra things, you know, got to commit to the look. But after this, I went to the Micro Pig Cafe in Takeshita Street in Harajuku. And I know these animal cafes are quite controversial in Japan, and I do agree that, like, from the looks of things, some of them are really not treating the animals very well at all. I did think the pigs were treated nicely here. They just, like, they don't force people to interact with the pigs. You just sit down calmly and the pigs come over and they want to sleep on your lap and they want to give you attention. The only thing I will say is a lot of them do have little cuts on their ears, and it's not because the staff are treating them badly, it's because they are jealous. So if one of the pigs is getting attention, the other one gets jealous and bites it. Like, this happens a lot. So that's the only thing. It can be a bit startling if you're not kind of aware of it.
Done the pigs, done some shopping in Harajuku, and now I'm going to Shinjuku to probably do some karaoke. I think it'll be fun.
Spoiler alert, I did not go to karaoke, sadly. I just went for a quick little drink on the roof. This is in Shibuya, so I had a nice view of a lot of Tokyo from what I could see here. It's not as tall as Shibuya Sky, this place where I went, but I still had a lot of fun looking at the moon. And then it was time to go home and take my hair down. Oh my god, I was in so much pain by the end of the day. I can't stress enough how uncomfortable this hair is. It's gorgeous. I'm fascinated by it as an art form, but oh my god, I was not prepared for the scalp pain. It was so intense. Like I said before, it literally feels like your head is being like pulled like a corset. So taking it out was a bit of a task. As you can see, I took the little hair grips out first. There were hardly any hair grips in there, by the way, which I was fascinated by. Like, she literally created this style with like a couple of hair grips and a bit of elastic. It's insane. But yeah, unwrapping this elastic was a bit of a challenge. It took me a couple of attempts. And as you can see, it's not the most comfortable thing I've ever been through in my life, but I got there in the end. That's what I meant. It wasn't an elastic band. It's literally like a long piece of elastic that she wrapped around to make the ponytails, and then just like cut off the excess and tied it. But yeah, so I decided to just like brush out and see how bad the damage was. And it was fine, actually. I thought this might be interesting to keep in. I don't know, is this interesting for you to see me taking this all out and brushing my hair and trying to make it look normal again? Or is this boring? I mean, we're at the end of the video now anyway. If this is boring you, you can just switch it off, I guess. But yeah, oh my god, this is truly the best looking I have ever felt. I've never felt so beautiful in my life, with my Gyaru hair, with my Sujimori, and I'm so thankful to the hairstylist for doing it for me. And it's been a couple of weeks now since I did this look. Now that I'm editing it, and every time I see pictures of it, I'm just like, I can't believe that was how I looked that day. Just so insane. So happy with it. The makeup I thought I could improve on. If I do it again, I can definitely improve here and there on the makeup, but I think for my first ever time doing like proper Gyaru, I'm so happy with it. I love it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this too. I hope you found it interesting. I hope maybe this has inspired you if you are going to Tokyo to maybe try something different. I love JFashion, and thank you so much for watching. Best wishes and kisses. Mwah!